As you think, oh no, I walk away, but I ain't losing. Oh no, I'm tired of people trying to fool me. 'Cause I learned the price of love. Don't give away anymore that easily. I just wanna level up. 'Cause I'm stronger than I was, not the strongest that I can be.
Hello. What are we doing? That's... No, I want that. Let's do that. Hello, build started. Welcome. I need to get rid of the train stuff up there because that's not what I'm doing. But maybe I just don't care. Alright. Where are we? You can't hear my music. Okay. Is that good? Can you hear? Too loud? Let me know. I love streams that I don't upload to YouTube because I get to listen to music. Alright, so what are we doing? Bit early, yes. Very early and not trains. Sorry if you were led on. Bit loud? There you go. It's actually a bit loud for me too. Oh, now it's not showing up at all. There we go, whatever. Cool. So, what are we doing? This morning, I was watching Mr. James Clancy, the author of Comet, and he was writing some source generator stuff, which I kind of wanted to do. Oh, Lego! What Lego are you building? Did you see this? I'm so torn because, I mean, obviously, I have the orange and blue ones, and this is green, and so I need green, but boy is it expensive. But man, would it match. Like, it'd be awesome. Although the problem I have with it, where are we? See this looks exactly like the gearboxes in these ones. Like, I feel like all these big models are going to be very similar, and like, where is it? The luggage, like, they're like, oh, custom, like this is just rubbish. I'm sorry. 75192. Don't care. Star Wars, boring. All right, cool. So there's a branch here called code generators. Yep. And then I guess I will create my own branch for it called more code generators, so I can push it later. So. Yeah, reload. What are we doing? Yes, same as the Porsche bag. It's exactly terrible. The Bugatti key is terrible. They're just, I don't know. I don't think they're worth it. So what James was working on this morning is this source generators library, and was mucking around with Roslyn stuff, and I was kind of hanging out in chat and saying, what about this? And what about that? And I have no idea what I'm doing with Roslyn. So I thought, I want to muck around with it. There should be tests. Are they not in the solution? They're probably not in the solution because he was on a Mac, which makes sense. Tests, generator tests. There we are. So what there is these tests which take in this source code, parse it with Roslyn, and then produce an output, which is this, which is JSON, evidently. And so there's this case where we return a stack, and then this one should be expression bodied? No. Okay, so this is a different case where there's no thing. Fine. I think the intention is to have an expression bodied version like this, so expression bodied method instead of a null method. And then what I thought I would do is I'll add in the other way of constructing these things. Oh, here we go, which is the constructor. Oh, maybe that's already supported. Test my model.string. I bet you it's not. I bet you it's just ignored. Where's this? Does my model exist anywhere in here? My model, no. Okay. So yeah, I don't think this is supported yet. So that's what I thought I'd do. There we go. Hang around if you want, or don't. Okay, what are we going to do first? Let's empty C# file. Kind of feel bad cleaning up someone else's repo, but sorry, it's an empty C# file. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to do was, these should be theories, because theory is much more fun, and then we don't need to worry every time we add a new one, add a new file. Get test data. What is get test data? What does get test data do? Ah, okay, cool. All right, so this is what reads in the two files with the names. So that's cool. So we can go enumerable of object array, and we can add a using. Hello. No. Okay. Get all test data. Now can I add a using, please? Yes. So let's get all the files in co-parsing samples. Get file name without extension, and then yeah, get test data, and then we just go yield turn object data dot source and data dot expected result. Okay, cool. So now this method, we'll call this method, but it will get all of the files. So we can do that, and we can just have this be a test expected, and so that goes there. This is actually the source, so it goes there. To the ease. All right, let's see if that works. I need a test explorer. You can go over here today. Hello, there we are. So the only problem with these tests is that because they use the files, you've got to rebuild every time, so it picks up the new things. I have 2 errors. I don't care. They're not in this project, so I don't care. Come on, Test Explorer. Wait, they weren't in that project, were they? Unnecessary assignment. Oh. That's weird. I wonder why that is. Okay. Yeah, Lego. I should probably buy it. Let's face it. I've got to complete the set. Can't have the orange one and the blue one without having the thing. How come you've already ordered it? I can't order it. It says coming soon. I think I'm logged in. Or did you pre-order it from a different site? Sometimes they do let VIPs... Oh, I'm not logged in. Sometimes they do let VIPs order early. Let me just move that over there while I log in. No, you can't steal my Lego, which is not how that works. Okay, so I'm logged in now. Yes, good. Yeah, I still can't order it. A supplier? Do you get discounts? Can you send me those discounts? Can you DM me on Twitter? I'm very interested. This is probably a terrible idea, but I'm very interested. All right, so now this has found our 2 tests. Oh, and of course it's using the string. Oh, that's funny. Actually, that's all right, because now you can see which test it is, although not very well. Tell you what, let's do this. String test name. And then we can do this. I dissed your Star Wars build. I didn't diss your Star Wars build. I dissed the entire franchise which your build is based on. It's very different. It's actually... Yeah. So I'm just not a fan of Star Wars. I just don't care. I think I've seen the first 6. I certainly saw the original 3 when they were re-released, whatever. I just didn't really care about them. But it's so funny because as soon as people are like, oh, you like Lego, and they always just talk about Star Wars Lego, and I just don't care. 18 hours into it. God. Yeah, I don't know. Never grabbed me. Actually, part of the reason I started to stream this, I was on a Zoom call before with some of the people who work on Roslyn, and they're just having a social evening and watching a bad movie. And they're watching an animated Lord of the Rings film, and I've never seen anything Lord of the Rings. I've never seen anything Tolkien or read anything Tolkien or anything. And yeah, I don't know. It was funny. It was just like, it just wasn't grabbing me. It was like, nah, sorry. Cool. So now we get the test. Now we get code sample 1 and code sample 2. So that's cool. Clean that up. See, I hate that. I want to put that there, but it's not my code. All right. Oh, you're complaining that it's unused. Whoa. That's a lot of options. Suppress. Oh, it's an X unit analyzer. Oh, cool. All right, in that case. Let's test. Look, nice and test Explorer. Right. That should now be not grey, right? A shippable public API. Oh, well, if it's going to be grey anyway. Although, no, grey's better than a green line. Okay, so what are we doing? Let's do something. I want to copy those two. And so there's no expression body with the attribute. So let's do that. Expression body attribute. And we're going to do that one. And so all we have to do... Actually, what I can do... Oh, I can cheat. So if we take this, we paste this here, convert this to expression bodied, and now the results, which is this, should be the same as this. That makes sense? Alright, let's see if this works. What I was going to do was the constructor one, but there wasn't if there was no test for expression body, then we should add one. The Liber Crane is my favorite. Yeah, I like some of the construction stuff for its technical stuff. I've got some that are right up on top of the shelves, but I'm just not, I don't know. I think as I've gotten older, I really love the things like the Fiat and like all of these creator exports. They're my favorites. I think I prefer realism now, somewhat, for some reason. Run some tests. I don't know what this song is. Have they got any real music on this playlist? Yeah. Alright, tests pass. Good. Good. Let's do this. Theory and add test for expression bodied methods. Saturn V and Lunar Lander. I would love to get the Saturn V. It's on my list it's on my wish list, but I never quite love it enough to pay the money. I don't know why. There's probably 3 or 4 sets I can name that fall into that category. Okay, duplicate those again. So let's go with an expression body. So let's go with, this is a, what do you call a non-expression bodied method? Is it like full bodied? Statements, that'll do. Statement bodied. Statement body. That sounds weird. Constructor. That one, and again, this should be the same. So this one, we're going to go public my view, and we are setting body. We are setting body to a lambda. Oh, I've lost a bit. That. Oh yeah, this. I want to set body to that. Yes, exactly that. Set body to that. And then get rid of that. And that is gone. Okay, so this should, as far as the generator goes, should find the exact same things. I assume this will fail. If it doesn't fail, then James got way further than I thought he did, possibly accidentally. We'll find out. God, that's annoying how the error list keeps popping up there. Can I stop that? I probably can. If only I knew how to use Visual Studio. Okay, it failed. And it failed probably because of... Oh. Yeah, okay. So it found nothing. Cool. So, what we are going to do is... In this parse code... we call... Okay, go through all the classes. We'll parse... okay. So at the moment this is looking for method declaration syntaxes. So we want to also look at constructor declaration syntaxes. Constructors. Constructor. And I guess we need to copy this as well. Alright, so what are we doing? Looking for the attribute we get rid of. We didn't find that. They're not used. Oh, really? They're not used? Oh, that's funny. Should I clean this up? Nah, I'll leave it. Alright, so what we need to do... oh, that's interesting. This just compiles. Body. Huh. Okay, that makes sense. A constructor has a body, and it has statements. I wonder if constructor inherits from member declaration. Because it's a member declaration. Method declaration. Base method. Oh, that's interesting. So method declaration presumably inherits from that as well, yeah. We could combine these two things then. So this one, we want to look for the attribute. This one, maybe later. So this one's a bit more complicated. So let's just put a breakpoint here and see where we get. What we need to find in a constructor is we want to find the assignment of a property where the property is the body property from the view object, which is weird. But essentially, if I bring it up, so what I'm looking for, right? So we have the class. We go through the class. We find the constructor. Let me go through each statement in the constructor. There's only one statement here. So in theory, this should be a property assignment statement of some description, where the property is equal to the body property, which comes from view. And then if that is the case, if that's the one we find, then this is like whatever it's being assigned to, we should be able to pass directly to all of the existing code. So what is... Okay, so firstly, how many statements, how many expressions do we have? How many... Yeah, statements. Okay, we have one. An expression statement. Oh, you know what? I should install that thing. Yeah, there we go. Assignment expression. Cool. What's assignment expression got? It's got a left, and I guess it's got a right. And there's a parenthesized lambda expression. Wow, easy for you to say. And that's got a body, and there's an object creation. Okay, cool. A parenthesized lambda expression syntax statement. That's very, very cool. All right, so... Do I have that syntax visualizer? I don't know what it's called. Syntax? No. Visualizer? No. I must not have the Roslyn workload installed on this. Okay, so we're basically going to say... So node was an expression syntax. And, okay, so can we rely on that? we should do some tests. No, I tell you what, let's do it this way. We want to dig into this until we find an assignment syntax. Okay, that makes sense. So assignment. So we'll get an find assignment, because it might not be there, from this node. So then the assignment, what should it be? I guess it's just a syntax node. Find assignment, that takes in, actually that just takes in a syntax node as well, right? Because node is, that's a syntax node. Hello. Hello, what are you? Yeah, I know, just tell me the type of the var. Yeah, syntax node, cool. Alright, so then we take in a node, we find the assignment. So, basically we have to go, if node is, what was it, expression syntax? Expression statement syntax. Then we return, so what's this got? Oh, expression, that was the thing, wasn't it? Blah, 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 blah. Expression. Okay, so we return the expression. Ah, but we don't know if it's that. Ah, okay, okay. New idea. Let's do some switch magic. So, if it's an expression syntax, then we return, we call ourselves and find, we just keep looking, like digging in. And then if we find an assignment, I'll call that something different, then we found it. So we return it. And otherwise, we'll return null. And let's put a breakpoint there so we can catch it. Okay, cool. Yeah, look at that. Found it. Assignment expressions index. All right, so now, okay, cool. So now we need to check and if assignment got left. Oh, okay. Dot left. I'm probably going to break edit and continue any second now. So, what is assignment dot left? Is it something like a prop? Oh, can we not? I think I've broken. Oh, okay. So assignment.left is an identifier name. It's not a property assignment. Okay. So if that's an identifier name and the identifier has a text of body, sure. Or a value of body or a value text of body. Text sounds right. Is identifier name syntax ID and ID dot identifier dot text equals body. Okay, so that means we found it, and then we want to parse assignment.write. That should work. Broke edit and continue as expected. Where's my stop button? Oh, is it on like one of these toolbars? All these tiny, there it is, hello! I guess my screen's too small. This is not as interesting as I thought. You know what, we need more test cases that like do other stuff in here before setting the body. Or like I wonder if like, if you do, if you do this dot body, it's probably going to be different. And if you do base dot body, it's probably going to be different, but they're all valid. Yeah, we should add some more test cases. Oops, sorry. Interestingly, all of the test cases will all produce the same result. Actually, all of these all produce the same result, don't they? No, except that one. Maybe we could do the theory a bit different. Anyway. Okay. Go debugging. Alright, so we found the assignment. Cool. We're going to parse the node. So what is the node? Parenthesized lambda expression. Oh, okay. So now I need to add that into here. Is that... No, there is. So we should get to here. And in? No. What? Ah, lambda expression. That's a parenthesized expression. Oh, that's fun. Oh. So this is the thing with Roslyn is... Or, I mean, not Roslyn, but with the... yeah, look, there's a variable declaration for property name. That's an attribute, though. PLES. The thing with Roslyn, or with C# code, is there's so much different syntax. There's so many types of things it can be. So, parenthesized lambda expression has a body. I guess that's the lambda's body. Expression body. Oh. Wait, hang on. Only one of block or expression body will be non-null. Oh, so there's a block. Oh, okay. So that's if it's either the block, if not null, or the expression. Ah, cool. So body does both. Ah, okay. So that's for if you have a block body lambda. Yeah, that makes sense, because if you include the braces, that's a block body lambda. Ah, that's another test we should add. Because we have expression bodied members and block bodied members, but we don't have expression... we don't have block bodied lambdas. Right. There. This is a mouthful. Also, I wonder if there's roles like... Oh, I should go to there. So that should go in there, that should go in there. Now what do we got? Object creation. Awesome. So we've fallen through it, and this is exactly... So this test should pass. Hey, hey! Well, that was easy. Yeah, like this return... So this needs expression, this returns expression. This conditional... So this is returning both halves of this expression. Like... Yeah, this is... There should be a nicer way to do this. To like... dig in. There's probably a Roslyn helper class or something. We might find it later. Okay, cool. So that works. So that's our statement bodied constructor with an expression bodied lambda. Okay. Oh, well, hang on a second. This body or expression body, does this have the same thing where it has a property that... Oh, this doesn't have a block. It's got body or expression body. Does this doesn't have a property that amortizes them. No. Oh, that's annoying. That would have been nice. Unless... Oh, let's have a look. Get red body. No. Block syntax. Oh, that's kind of annoying. I wonder why they did that for lambdas but not for constructors and methods. Maybe it's just an age thing. Actually, that's probably what it is, because lambdas went in with both types, whereas constructors obviously were created and expression bodies were added on afterwards. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's fine. Cool. So that works. So now we need an expression-bodied constructor. And that's actually kind of... It's kind of all I was really going to do. So I have to think something else to do, because that was too quick. Love it when a plan comes together. So an expression-bodied constructor should be... Actually, it should be the same, because the only difference should be this bit, and that's already there. So that's cool. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I should do something like just make sure that doesn't trip it up. Ugh. Alright, let's find out. Now the other thing I want to do, or what we need to do really, is at the moment this is just checking for a string of body, but what I want to do is check, and this should only be a type body that is you know, comes from this class, like actually properly validate it. Actually I could do that here. So if we go bar body equals hello, we don't want to visit that one. Actually, let's run the test and see before I change it. But let's make this fail first, because it might already, that like this probably already works, because it'll just visit this, not see anything, and not worry about it. Guess not. Oh, hello! I broke code sample 1. That's a surprise. What did I do? Expected found. Wait, what? Ah, look at that. That's funny. So code sample 1 included a constructor already. I didn't even notice. So I broke test 1 by adding support. And what did it find? Name is text. Yeah, that's right. It's a text control. Bound properties. Obj. How do I see the full? Can I like? No. That's very interesting. Let's get rid of this. Yeah, let's clean that up. Because we've got other tests to cover it. That's not a failure, that's just, I'm pretty sure that's going to be just a problem of this JSON is not right. Will your code be added to Clancy's code? Hopefully. It's up to him, but yeah, I mean, I'll open a PR. I'm working off the same branch he pushed at the end of his stream, so. Hope so. Did that still fail? Did I rerun that properly? No, so this is the annoying thing about, you have to build so that these files are copied to the output, because it's not a real C# file, so it doesn't pick up changes. Okay, now I can run tests. I think I forgot to build. I hope I forgot to build. By the way, welcome Godek. Thank you for following earlier this morning. This still failed. That doesn't seem right. Is there another constructor here? No. So this shouldn't have changed. Let's try this from the console. I don't trust... Sometimes I don't trust this. And I do not like PowerShell. I would like that one, please. Oh, really? Okay. Let's test... generate tests? Yeah. Let's try it from here, because this should be a bit more pure, hopefully. I don't really like the copying files to the output directory anyway. I'd rather them be like embedded resources or even strings. They're not exactly long. Okay, no, that did fail. It did fail. Oh, object reference. Oh, okay. Oh, no, that's expression body constructor. Okay. Alright, that's interesting. Why didn't... What the hell? Yes, a day stream. And a non-train stream. Okay, expression body constructor through a null ref. Line 49. Line 49. Assignment.left is assignment... Oh, I'm an idiot. I added another constructor to make sure it didn't It worked even if you didn't have. I added this. Forgot to write the cover. Okay, so I don't like that Test Explorer here is not up to date. Why is that? That's really annoying. Everything's a train stream. Yeah, well, ignore the words above my head. Actually, hang on, I can change those words above my head. Do you want me to turn my camera off? Hang on a second. We'll be right back. I'm back. This is the problem with day streams. Children are home. And the printer's in this room. Let me find this. And let me fix up this. We can do this. We can go. Okay, did that work? There we go. Just have less room for chat. Okay. So, what are we doing? Okay, this is not run. Cool. So this has now picked up my changes. Oh, so I had to force a rebuild. That's annoying. Maybe that's not the Test Explorer's fault. Maybe that's the building. Maybe that's VS. Hey, test pass. Okay, cool. But I reckon I can get it to fail if I make this a lambda that looks like... No. That looks like... Well, he's back. Hi. So if I make this a lambda that looks like this, and ignore the printer noises in the background, so this test I expect will now fail, but I don't want it to. So hey, I'm doing TDD. I have written a, is this red-green refactoring? No, this is just, I don't know. Anyway, I've written a test that I expect to fail, and now then I will fix the test. How do you make a lambda ignore printer noises? Well, I don't know. Man, that error list every time. So we should see a failure here, and then we go and fix it, because we're proper people. Oh man, really? That's annoying. I kind of want to know why that didn't work. And you know what? Actually, no, I think I know why. And it's kind of annoying. So what we're doing here is to find the assignment, is we're saying, hey, if this is an expression, keep looking. And hey, if we find an assignment, keep looking. The problem is this, and actually we can look at this in SharpLab. The problem with this probably just uses very different syntax. So if we go to the syntax tree, class declaration, yep. Okay, so this constructor we're saying, hey, this has a constructor, it has an expression body, which is an expression, which is a simple assignment expression. Well, anyway. This one has a body, which has a local declaration statement that has a variable. Oh, of course, that's not an assignment at all. Yeah, okay. See that? That's frustrating, because now that didn't fail, but for all the wrong reasons. So if I do this again, now it should be an assignment, right? Where are we? Up here. No, keep going. Up here. Expression. Okay, so now this... Okay. Yeah, this is kind of what's annoying about not having... Or like writing your own parser, is it's only going to find the things you program it to find. And so if there's other things that it shouldn't find, like, it doesn't mean it works. It just means you haven't... I don't know what I'm trying to say. Oh, come on, Test Explorer. See, one of these should go blue now, because I've changed the input. Maybe this theory idea is complete rubbish and it actually doesn't work. There we go. Alright, so this should fail. But I don't want it to because this body is not a property on this view. Cool. The thing is to know that I need a compiler. Okay, I need a compilation. So, should we work that out? Let's tell you what, let's commit what we have here first. Yes, let's put this back to here and we will commit these. Ooh, what have I done? Add some tests. Okay, cool. So, add a test for constructor declaration of body. Cool. So now, the next step we need to do, the way this is going to be used in real life is this is a source generator, which is one of the new C#9 coolness things. And is there a call? Oh, maybe it's not actually hooked up yet. Oh no, okay. So this is the test app that James was writing. But essentially, this parser, as far as I know, the idea is it'll be called from this generator, and it'll inject code much like this, right? Which calls this state manager stuff. And so what this source generator is given is this context, and this context has a compilation. So we will have access to a compilation in the real world, but right now the tests don't, because the tests just where are we? Oh, okay, this thing, it just calls C# syntax tree.parseText. So we need to get a compilation into here, essentially. Yeah. Okay, so let's do that. So this needs to be a compilation. Actually, it doesn't need to be a C# compilation, just any old compilation. And so then this tree is now going to be the compilation syntax trees. Oh, that's an enumerable. That's interesting. Let's have a look at how that works. So this compilation, get type by metadata, get semantic model. Ah, that's what you want though. Field syntax tree. Oh, okay. That's interesting. So there's multiple trees and you get the semantic model for a tree. Okay. Let's put this back and let's get a compilation and see what happens. All right, so what we have is the source. So we're going to need to do, we're going to need a syntax tree. Syntax tree, parseText source. And then, okay, so compilation. Let's have a look how we create a compilation. Create an assembly name. Don't care. It's not going to be written to disk, so that's fine. Oh, okay, we pass in syntax. Okay. We can... Yeah, all right. So maybe we don't need to worry too much about when there's multiple syntax trees yet. What else do we need? References. References is going to be very important. We will have to fill those in. I'll just make a list. And then options, let's hope for the best. Whoops. Okay, so references. Because this code uses view and Comet, we need to bring in all of those things as references. So does this reference them at all? It does. Awesome. So what I want to do, and I have no idea if this will work, but essentially I want to go for each ref in, ref's a keyword, for each reference in this get type assembly get reference assemblies. So what I'm hoping I can do is references.add metadata reference. No, metadata reference. Create from file image. What's an image? Oh, byte array. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, directly from byte array instead of string. Cool. So create from file takes a path. What does reference have on it? What is reference? Is it an assembly? Assembly name. An assembly name won't have a path then, will it? Code base. It's probably not going to work. Hello, Chad. Welcome along to our stream of non-trains. Codebase is basically never going to work. Codebase is a URL. What I want is location, but we can't have it. I wonder if this... I wonder if we just load the assemblies. I wonder if this is a loading thing. Because you can reference an assembly. Does this take in... yes. I reckon, because... So if you have a .NET program that references a DLL that doesn't exist, you can still run the app until you try to use that reference and .NET tries to load the DLL. That's when it'll fail. So an assembly reference list is probably just comes straight from metadata. Then we try and load it. Now we can get the location from the file system. That's kind of cool. All right, so that might work, maybe. So that should at least bring in Comet. Oh, I wonder if that's enough. Oh, is that going to be? Is that going to be all these? Yeah, that should be enough. Well, it should be way too much, but yeah, we'll find out. All right, let's do this. Let's see if we get a compilation. I should have put the breakpoint higher because we might not even get this far. That's optimistic. Test run finished? Come on. I thought tests would be a nice way to develop this. I honestly did. James was using the console app and well, he was right, I was wrong. What is our reference? System.runtime. Awesome. So this is every reference. Okay. Can we run to there? Ooh, how many references have we got? 14. That's not as many as I thought. A bunch of system stuff, Newton stuff, XUnit, Comet source generators. Oh, where's Comet? Okay, so this isn't going to work. This... Okay. This worked. Oh, no, do you know what? I bet you it didn't. So we get a compilation, but it presumably failed, right? What even is Comet? Comet, that's a good question. If only you could test this via some rail-bound locomotion. Thank you, no-ops. What are you doing, Scott? What are you doing? I hope both of your accounts follow me. I'd be offended if they don't. Right, what is Comet? Comet is a UI framework, which I use for the train game. Oh, where's my train? Oh, I used to have trains in my taskbar and it's gone now. So yeah, Comet is the UI framework I use in the train game. But the awesome thing is that what Comet is going to be is part of Maui, which is the new .NET cross-platform UI thing. So as part of that, wait a minute. Do you not watch my streams, Chad? As part of that, I was ranting the other week about how I wanted to write a source generator, and I was talking to James, and he thought it was a cool idea, so he started, and then I got jealous. I'm going for a sanity walk, and apparently this account is on my phone. Are you watching me as you walk, or just listening? Do I talk enough to entertain you on your walk? How do we know if our compilation succeeded? Wait, you must be looking at your phone because you're typing. Don't trip. We need you to help ride trains because I don't know math. Oh god, how do you find out if a bloody compilation worked? Why is there no success? Additional compile code jump warning 0. External references 14. Like there's not even an errors collection. I don't know how this works. I probably should. You know, it's probably like almost but kind of not quite my job. Exception on fail. Well, I'm going to go with no. Presumably it didn't accept because, well, I mean, sorry. It didn't throw an exception. And I'm assuming therefore it doesn't accept on fail because there's no way this would have compiled, right? Well, I'll tell you what we can do. Can we call get semantic model on compilation, actually on syntax tree, ignore accessibility, sure. Okay, we got us, that's interesting. It's parsed the text, we have a syntax tree. I mean, I guess it's possible it worked. Maybe the fact that Comet.sourceGenerators was in the references, it then, I mean, .NET assembly loading will find dependencies, so. Although, do we have an actual model here? Oh yeah, root. Yeah, we do. Huh. Members? Is this a syntax tree? No, that's just syntax. All right, well let's okay, we'll assume it worked. So all we need to do to parse our code here is we pass in our compilation, as I was expecting. So this takes compilation, and then it's a compilation. All right, so our tree. Then we get the classes from the root. Yeah, that's okay. So we can just go for each bar tree in compilation.syntax trees. We'll do that. Whoops, that should go there. Okay, that works. And then, all right, and then what we want to do is we want to pass in here, get the semantic model. Let's do it here. Model. Program 101 will assume it worked. Well, look, I've got tests and everything, so, you know. All right, so we get the semantic model for this tree. And now let's, we'll leave, I don't even know, we'll leave the default. Okay, so then now we want to pass the model into here. And then I'm probably going to have to pass this through everywhere. Semantic model. Very good. And then pass it into here. And okay, here's where we go. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to say model dot get type info for attribute syntax, constructor initializer syntax, expression syntax, select or group clause, a syntax node. So for our identifier, we want to get the type info. I think that makes sense. breakpoint and debug. See what it looks like. I've just realized why Comet's not referenced. Maybe it doesn't build. Oh, okay, I need to fix them. These two errors, I might not even have the DLL on my disk. Okay, we need to grab this code here and put it. Oh, okay, it doesn't matter that that doesn't build. Good. We will just continue on regardless. And that test passed. What? Where's my breakpoint? Oh, it's the wrong test. That one doesn't have a constructor. Okay, let me fix this up first. We do that and we get rid of that and we pass in our compilation and I need this. Okay. Compilation and then add some using statements. Test pass, ship it, absolutely. The fact that I ran the wrong test, who cares? This doesn't work. Type of pro. Cool. Alright, let's try and run the right test this time. Is it this one? Constructor? Yes. Let's see what happens. Man, these kids, they just come in every 3 seconds. I'll be back. Printer's getting a workout, but hey, our breakpoint got hit while you weren't watching. Tests.when any. That's about right. Okay, so alright, so this is our identifier of body. So what this is there goes the printer. So it's worked out that, okay, we're looking at syntax trees, which means it knows it's C# code and it's passed the text. It knows this isn't a keyword. It knows it's not a whatever. Dupe the main scene and remove cam. I have one of them without the camera, actually. I could just do that. But he talks and he's so annoying. He's so scruffy. Yeah, so it's worked out this is body. It's not a keyword. It's just an identifier. It doesn't know what it is though. So in theory, what we do, fan art. Well, feel free to draw me some because I can't draw. Alright, so this is going to throw an exception. Oh no, it does. Okay. We have some typing for... I've just got to turn my camera off just a second. See, I followed your advice, Scott. Don't say I don't do anything. Not you. Get out of the room. Told you we'd talk. Alright, so what do we got? Oh, our type is question mark. Yeah, okay, so I reckon our compilation failed. That's really weird why it's not obvious that a compilation... Hello, JWO1. It wasn't me. It was probably James Clancy, but I was hanging out in the chat and I was backseat coding, so, you know, kind of maybe. Yeah, so this is... I'm just continuing on from his stuff and hopefully making it more comprehensive. He talks and is annoying. Not sure about me or your son. Yeah, well, you're both young enough to be my sons, which is weird. But anyway. Yes, James and I both work on work at Microsoft. The difference is he actually works on this and I'm just I'm an amateur. But today is learning day in DevDiv at Microsoft, and so I am learning Roslyn. Specifically right now, I want to learn why did I get told that my compilation failed. Success, no. Results, no. Errors, no. Parse diagnostics. Oh, that's it. That's got to be it. Diagnostics. Get diagnostics. So diagnostics is what the compiler calls any error, warning, little bit of information. I wonder if there's like a type on here. Ah, is warning as error. That'll do. Severity. Cool. Is suppressed, is warning as error. Okay, so I can say if the severity is error, then so we can go assert.false, and now our test should fail if the compile fails. I think that makes sense. We have built. We will wait for Test Explorer. Did you need some fan art? Yes, fan arts. I need to find some fans first. Fans of Roslyn? Plenty of fans of Roslyn. I should make this chat bigger, but I kind of don't want to touch my OBS setup. Come on, Test Explorer. Oh, okay. I don't have to wait for it. It's just grey. Okay, so actually I think all these should fail. Yes. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. I got some failures. So now, actually, let's have a look. I bet you it says, you know, unknown, whatever it is. Are you missing an assembly reference for Comet? Which is cool. That's fine. I can just fix that build, I guess. Let's have a look at the diagnostics. Well, run the threads. Oh, 27 diagnostics. Nice. Yep, there you go. Type on SS view could not be found. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Predefined type. int32 is... Oh, okay. Damn. Okay, so that one's annoying, because this one I can solve. Like, this one I know we're not referencing Comet. But this one... this means I'm doing something wrong, I guess. Like I'm not specifying that it's net framework or net standard or... Ah, dear. That could be a problem. I am not missing main entry point. I don't think that'll... Did you see that there? Oh, okay, actually. So that'll be options. I have actually played with this very briefly as part of work. I had to write some code in Roslyn, and it was about compiling projects. But I had a project to go on, so I didn't have to fill in all this stuff. Oh, wow. All right, so if we say we're producing a library, that's better. Part of the code doesn't handle any external config file like project files or dependencies. Is that right? Yeah, there's no... Well, so this is just a test. So all I have for these tests is this random chunk of code. So what I'm doing is I'm constructing a Roslyn compilation. So this bit adds in the references. We tell it the syntax to compile, and it should do the rest. So you don't kind of need a project. The project does... a lot of what the project's work is actually just sort of working out the references. So here I've just cheated and I've grabbed mine. Yeah. Cheating on learning day. Are you not learning? Well, what? Huh? Cheating? Oh, you mean I'm not learning? Oh, right, I'm not learning because I've already done this before. Well, I haven't done much of this before, but yes, I guess strictly speaking. I'm drawing on existing knowledge, which is not technically learning. Actually, these are all optional, aren't they? What do we got? Main type name, script class name, usings, don't care. Optimization level, ooh, overflow, unsafe, crypto key container. Crypto delay sign, platform, any CPU is fine. Warning level, deterministic. Ooh, metadata reference resolver. Ooh, I wonder if I need a metadata reference resolver. Strong name provider metadata import, nullable context. No, okay. We definitely want a dynamic link library because we don't want to have to specify a main, so that much is fine. Let's fix this error here because it's pretty boring anyway. And then at least the Comet DLL should exist, and maybe if we're lucky... Oh, what? Oh, unnecessary sign. Okay. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get lucky. Yeah. So no, the thing with compilers is they don't actually care about anything that you've got in your project. They do, but so .NET Core 3 versus .NET Framework doesn't actually really matter much to the C# compiler. The C# compiler gets given, hey, here's the source code and here's a bunch of DLLs that you reference, make it work. What happens though in .NET Core 3 versus .NET Framework is that list of DLLs is very different. So, I mean, that's not quite true because there's also some runtime differences the compiler needs to know about. But in general, the compiler doesn't really care. Which is interesting and was a little bit eye-opening for me because I was working on a feature for VS and you should work with Americans. You have all your meetings before 9 a.m. and then you're left alone for the day. I was working on a feature for VS and we're like, oh, what about the multi-targeting and what about if you've got this framework or whatever? And the compiler team was like, yeah, we don't care. You tell us what to compile, we compile it, that's it. And it's kind of funny, but it does make sense in the end. Comet.android. I don't want... This is just annoying. Is this because I don't have bits of VS installed? Probably. Do I know James McNellis? I do not. Who is James McNellis? C++ engineer. Yeah. No, I think I can only actually name one person on the C++ team. But I do work a little bit with that team because I work on the project system team for C# and they have the same base project system as we have. So sometimes we have to work with them by asking them if we're going to annoy them if we do this feature, and if they say yes, we then have to not do it or like exclude them from it. Let's see if this gets us any further in our compilation, or at least, well, actually, at least I want to see Comet in the list of references now. So we had, I think, 14 before. Have we got 15? No. Damn it. So there's... Yeah. Okay, the other thing I can do... well, presumably we've at least solved the no entry point one, right? The other thing I can do is force it in there. Yeah, I think there were 27 before. Let's try that. Because I can go references.add metadata reference from file, and I can just go type of view assembly delegation, and we can just shove that DLL right there. That won't help any of the other problems though. So let's have a quick Google. Uh-oh. Right in the wrong program. Let's have a quick Google. Create a compilation with Roslyn. In-memory C# compilation and DLL generation. That sounds good. What is Roslyn? Project JSON. Some ancient knowledge. Syntax tree, parse it. Yep, got there. Create library compilation. Why are we creating a language? Wow, I'm not doing any of that. Compiling acid. Okay, here we go. Create. Oh, that's... Okay, he's making an API into Roslyn. Type of binder, type of value tuple. So, okay, that's just adding a couple of... I mean, I can do that too with the MS Core lib stuff. That's no reason that won't work. Did I not debug? Oh, I didn't put a breakpoint in. Silly me. So now our references definitely have Comet at least. I hope, because if not, I'm definitely out of ideas. Yes, we have Comet. Awesome. And no doubt we are still going to fail the build, but let's see. Ooh. I love how that pop-up box says, to make this work, we had to run all threads. And then it pops up and says, oh, I can't do it. You've got to run all threads. All right, so let's try adding... I mean, these tests shouldn't need much. What? Maybe we just don't... Maybe MS Core Lib's not in here. System.runtime. System.runtime is where they are, but... Yeah, we don't have MS Core Lib, which is probably a problem, because that's kind of an important one. All right, let's try that. Stop. In fact, let's try this. Let's try adding object. What else are we using in here? System.reflection. Wait, why does it use reflection? It doesn't. Did I add that accidentally? No. System.globalization. Oof. Okay. Let's see. What did this fella add? Binder and value tuple. I wonder if there's some magic about value tuple that it's a good one. We need to supply the compilation unit with the value tuple structs implementation. Oh, that's from system to value tuple. Okay. All right, that's cool. So we might be able to get away without doing that. Yeah, that's all he's doing. Do I want to play whack-a-mole with these references, though? Let's see how painful it's going to be. I'm happy to play whack-a-mole if I have currently whacked all of the moles. Name can be simplified. Oh, is that telling me to use a lowercase? Rename view to object. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to do. Oh dear. Okay, so we have two references, and we're going to create a compilation, and we're going to get our diagnostics, and we're going to click this button again. And 23, it's kind of going down. Hello. Type object is not defined. You must add a reference to net standard. Oh, is it net? So it's added core lib. That's good. Maybe add direct references to object and others. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. But I think I'm just going to need more. But oh, net standard. That's not a real DLL. I don't know how I would. Well, let's. Maybe the combination of the two will work. Let's do this. We're going to diagnostics. Diagnostics. And I think I can put a message here, right? Yep. Failed. And we'll just go diagnostics.first. What do we got? A message? Descriptor. Severity warning level. Oh, how do we get message? That'll do. That returns a string. Okay, let's run this test. Net standard. Ugh. That's kind of annoying. No, maybe it's not. Maybe I can just paste that path and they said just paste in. So bit object identified add a reference to net standard, yeah. The problem is, no, that doesn't give me a path. Let's see, Roslyn compilation reference net standard. Hey, how to reference it. I love everyone on the internet who has done all of these things before. Ew. Really? Do I just copy and paste that path? Not from this NuGet package, but you can. I mean, I can just hard code it. Roslyn should accept a workspace. You can create a. So you can create an MS Build. There is a thing called an MS Build workspace, or words to that effect. Yeah. There is this thing called the MS Build workspace which you can create, but like it has to run MS Build, the full MS Build, in order to actually get all these things. It doesn't seem like it's hard. There's not much code, but I don't have a project file, and so like these C# files, these are just inputs into tests. So yeah, I mean, we could create a project file for each of them, or I could programmatically create a project because there's an MS Build construction API that I could use. This is feeling more and more like work every minute, but you know. Yeah, these are just these are just for tests. Yeah, so we're basically, the tests currently parse this C# and produce this output, which is all working. But what I want to do is take this one step further and say, for example, the tests currently find that this class uses count and value, whereas realistically, it only uses count. And we can tell that because count is a state, but we need a compilation to tell that. Just parsing won't tell us. So I'd like to make the generation smarter, but yeah, that's where we're up to. So do I hard code net standard, or do I be good and use an MS Build workspace? Let's define. Actually, you know what? An MS Build workspace is not even that bad, because project files are pretty small, and I can probably write one in my sleep. But it doesn't exist. Is it in a different thing? MS Build, capital S. Is it not exist anymore? That's odd. Like the React view, but they cheat. You have to manually use set state or something like that. That's well, I don't know about React view, but yeah, like manually calling set state is what the generator is in theory going to avoid, is basically being able to generate at compile time the mapping between all the properties you're using and the UI controls that use them. Yes, exactly, instead of observing. That's how it currently works. Is you have to implement an interface called iNotify property read and iNotify property changed. This will prevent the need for iNotify property read, and it just means you can use this with any old, well, in theory, any old class more easily than you can now. Where is MS Build Workspace? I gotta install build tools. See, I don't want this. This feels like a slippery slope. Yeah, MS Build Locator. Yeah. I'm gonna start the dodgy way, because why not? The fact is, when this is run as a source generator, this won't be a problem, because of course we get given a compilation already. And I'm gonna guess I need to replace. Well, actually, let's see if we don't, because yeah, I don't want to check that in. Obviously, if I'm gonna have to do that. Could benefit GUI apps too. Yes. Well, I mean, this is for, it's part of Maui, so it is for creating GUI apps. The XAML. So XAML's a whole other thing. They already have a way to do this. So the XAML file is already generated. I imagine I can find one actually. Let's have a look. Comet. Is there a Comet WPF somewhere? WPF sample? There we are, main window. So if I open this folder, it opened on the wrong window, but that's okay. What I can do is main window. So this class is generated from this XAML file, which I'm opening for some reason. So yeah, when you type window and frame and whatever, there's a generator that runs. So here's our class, and somewhere in here there will be a property. Yeah, so this mainframe. Oh, there it is. So there was a field called mainframe. That's the frame we defined, right? And you can see they say, hey, this comes from line 7. So the C# compiler sees this generated file because it doesn't know how to do XAML, and that's it. Sorry, I just got a... oh, God. Dear. Now I have to work out how to change the battery in my wife's key for her car. Yeah, so this already happens for XAML and stuff. All this is generated. This is sort of an interesting... similar thing will potentially could happen here is you get to write C#, but then in the background we generate just a bunch more C#, which is kind of weird, but we'll ignore that. All right, let's see if this works. I'd be very surprised if this works, and I really don't want to check this in. There must be a better way. See, the problem is, I know Roslyn does this in their tests, but they've got a lot more infrastructure set up already for like MS Build. I don't know. Oh, okay, I'm guessing this threw an exception. Nope. Oh, seriously. These tests are annoying me. Go. Let's add a breakpoint there. And do we blow up? Yes, we do. Yeah, okay. All right, so username is obviously not going to work. The exception is file not found. Yep. Let's try this, and actually, you know what? We should probably try see if this folder actually exists. Nope. Nope. That is my username. Yep. Packages. Net. Oh, I don't have net standard. That's... wait a minute. So this is a .NET Core app. Fine. But Comet must be a net standard. Yes. Is it loaded in the current app domain? Well, there's .NET Core, so there aren't app domains, but I guess I can use the same API. We'd be running net standard probably 2.1, and I thought frameworks became expandable in 16.7. I'm running 16.7. I want to see what DLL's that. Damn. Oh yeah, no, I don't want to add this. The path, definitely don't want that to be permanent. Yeah, app domain. All right, let's try the app domain. Okay. I've got to remember how to do this. Excuse me. App domain. Current domain. Oh, that's easy. Okay. So this gives actual domain, actual assemblies, not names. Let's see what this ends up as. Now, if I debug this, is it going to build? It says it's building. We will hope for the best. Yeah, I probably should have just started with app domains, because this should be everything. Oh no, this is only that have been loaded. So actually no, this might not include Comet either, because none of this test stuff uses Comet, even though it's referenced. Which I guess I could just manually think, yeah, this might not work, because so this is all of the assemblies loaded up to this point in a .NET Core app. But if something goes looking for a .NET Standard DLL, then it's going to be out of luck. Not supported. Yeah. Oh, it's a dynamic assembly. Alright, let's just have a peek at what's in this. And let's see if we can say create unit test Roslyn compilation references. Unit testing with Roslyn. Oh, cannot resolve com reference in unit test. That's even harder, I assume, than what I'm trying to do. Let's have a look at what do we do with com. MS Workspace. This is using an MSP Workspace, yeah. Well, actually, you know what? Oh, no, that's an interesting trick. Oh, that's what I could do. So these I just ran another copy of VS. Whoops. These C# files are included as none files. They're not compiled. If I make them compiled, then I can load this project. Yeah, that'll work. That's actually could be a nice little trick. Because this project, really? 204, jeez. Okay, well, we got a few. That's quite a lot of assemblies. Yell out if you see net standard. So this is the one that caused the assembly, which is the crash, which is fine. I can ignore that one. Yell out if you see net standard though. Test host XUnit. There's Comet. This could work. Certainly enough of them. Windows.storage. Good. Windows. Okay, I didn't see net standard, but this worked enough. So how do we tell if an assembly is dynamic? Is there an is dynamic? Oh, there is. Is dynamic. So let's do that. Is edit and continue going to work for us? It is. Okay. Sure. Compilation. Get some diagnostics. Focus the web browser for a little bit. Thank you, Visual Studio. 0 diagnostics. Come on. What failed now? Grr. Why does it go to the execution timer? Just tell me what the bloody error is. I don't know. Internal assembly builder. Get location. What? No, that's old, surely. Valid operation. Oh, I'm calling first. God, and it's empty. Jeez. Alright, I should it is helpful. First on default. Do message. There we are. I can probably handle those. Alright, that maybe worked. Love IntelliSense for finding stuff. Oh, that's how this whole thing is programmed. This all of this Roslyn stuff is all just various things that subclass expressions or syntax nodes and expression syntaxes or whatever, and it's all just digging through IntelliSense and digging through like Quick Watch. It's great fun, though. Who wants to read a documentation? All right. So I think this worked. It takes a while to get the diagnostics. Yay, that worked. Okay. That didn't step in. And... okay, that did a thing. Cool. Okay. Alright. Now we can go back to our constructor case and hit that other breakpoint. But first, before I forget, let me put this over here. And I need to do this. Alright. So, where are we? We want one of these. Debug. Cool. The magic trick was just adding 207 assemblies to our compilation. That's alright. Though I don't mind the idea of using these as real C# files because it would be easier to edit them. And actually then you could use, there's a visualizer for syntax nodes that you could use and compare, but anyway. Okay, so we're back to here. We have our ID, which is body. We're going to get a model for it. It has some type info and hopefully, yes, that's what we want. So its type is a func of view. Oh, okay. So this is the type of the property, but I want the type that the property is attached to. Sorry. That's interesting. But this doesn't have... does this know it's a type? Does this know it's on a view? Where do we see anything? Name type. No, that's still a func of a view. Underlying symbol. It's possible I'm looking at the wrong thing by going to the ID. Ah, here we are. No, that's not it. Containing type. Oh, null. I mean, I can... yeah, no, this will work. I do know that it's of type func of view, but strictly speaking, that's not enough. Anyone can define a func that returns a view and call it body. I only want the one that is on comet.view. Okay. Get type info. There was other overloads here. What else can we get? Get, oops. Symbol info. Let's try some symbol info for size. Perfect. Comet.view.body. That's exactly what I want. And what is this symbol? It is a property symbol. Come on. Hello. There we are. Awesome. So this is a property symbol. It has a name, maybe? Yes, it has a name. So I symbol has a name. Property symbol has a... no, not a type. I want the containing type. Why can't I get the containing type? That's very... oh, there it is. Symbol, contain type. Awesome. Okay, so if y.name... no, y.symbol.name equals body, and y dot symbol dot containing type. Oh, hang on. This is what type is this? What type is our type containing type? Our containing type. Yes, I named type symbol. Okay, cool. So this is equal to Comet view. Okay, so stop. Okay, do that, and we can get rid of that. Yeah, checking the symbol feels better. Feels more real. So all we need to do now is this Comet view thing, which is in here. Oops, here. So we need to do this sort of stuff. So we grab a reference to it. Where do we do it? We do it here. So this is Comet view. Comet dot view. And we're going to promote this to a field. No, we're just going to do it ourselves. Comet view. And then this is Comet view. Okay, so now compare symbols correctly. Okay, I will. Thank you, Roslyn Analyzers. You have saved me time Googling how to compare symbols correctly. That's too long. Alright, so now we can go back to this test, which we had here. This one. Oh, I removed the code. Grr. Alright, come on Windows clipboard, save me. It's not going to save me, is it? This was ages ago. James McNellis. That one. Yes. Okay, so now this test before we ran this test with this input, this test was failing because this looks the same as this. But here, this is a completely different thing. Interesting, it's the same type, so another thing. Alright, so let's rebuild. And actually, I haven't even tested if these tests pass now since all the compilation stuff, so cross fingers. Come on, run. Look, see, run is disabled. Now, if I wait a bit, through no visual indication... Oh, there we go. Oh, the blue bar stopped. Okay. Sorry, there is a visual indication. The test just didn't get any more solid coloured. So if these pass, now we can commit this, and then we can clean up the false positives from the existing stuff. And nope, okay, still going. Just wait. 1 passed. 4 passed. Cool. Why did only... yeah, okay. Will it be possible to opt out from auto-update behavior via annotation? Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say that because I don't know. I'm not in charge in any way, shape, or form. What already defines a member called constructor with the same parameter types? Oh, right. What I've talked about with James, like this is all James's project, so I have no idea. But what I've talked about with him is the idea is that this will help the developer write less code. If everything is magic and everything just works, then there's less code to write. But I would imagine underneath it all, there will still need to be some, like there will still be some circumstances where this isn't smart enough to do it automatically. And so as a developer, if you implement iNotify property changed and iNotify property read, then all of that exists, and that works today, all of that existing magic will work. This is just to make it so that you don't have to do that, is the theory. Cannot assign lambda expression to an implicitly typed variable. Jeez, func. Fine, I will call it a func of view because then it's even more like real Comet. Yeah, see, even the editing experience in these files would be better if these were real files. And the project file would look nicer because it wouldn't need all this stuff. I'm a sucker for nice looking project files. I think it might even be opt-in with annotation. I'm not sure. It really depends on how far it gets. There's also, the other thing that James and I were talking about, and if you're interested, I should plug, James has a Discord where he talks about this stuff sometimes. But the other thing we were talking about with that is there's a pretty real chance that all this source generator stuff will not work. And it'll be too hard because it just is. And so it might not even go anywhere. But you kind of have to scratch that itch to, to validate it. The problem essentially, it worked. Awesome. So the problem is at the moment what we're doing is we're saying, hey, we can tell statically at compile time that the count field is tied to a button. But we don't know which button is the problem. So when count changes, it's all well and good to say, oh, well, we should redraw a button, but we need to know which one. And so that's a huge challenge. Some of the ideas we've talked about, for example, would be if the generator rewrites this code to say, set a different property called generator body, and then what it does is it outputs the exact same code here, but it adds on the end, setting an ID to, some GUID. Then it maps the GUID, which it knows because it generated it, to count. And then everything will work out because now it can find which button. I think it's possible. The question is whether it's easy enough and whether it's, to keep track. Whether it's worth it. Like, it really depends. The other potential trap with it is, and this is partly the way it's written now, it's super sensitive to how this code is written. So, like, there is specifically support for a ternary statement and otherwise and new expressions, but there's no reason I can't do foo.create and pass in a thing here, right? And foo can be my own method or my own class, not can't be method, but my own class with a static create method because that's how the style I might like to write. There's no reason that this shouldn't also work, but the source code generator, or at least the parser part of it that I'm working on now, needs to be smart enough to read all that. So it might be possible though to do that, because if you look down here, I'm hopeful, like all of this code is really quite boring code. There's nothing comedy about it. All it does is say, oh, I've got one of these return statement. Well, that has an expression. I got one of them. That has an expression. I got a conditional. Well, that has two expressions, right? So the tree absolutely has it all. Hopefully what there is in Roslyn is some kind of helpers to say, can we just parse this tree and just navigate through every node to just catch everything? The trick is we need to then identify what to track. Like at the moment, what this is catching, so this is the next thing we've got to work on, right? This is currently just saying find every identifier. An identifier is basically anything that's not a keyword. So count is an identifier and value is an identifier. But we only want to catch one of the two, right? So now we need to work out, okay, can we find some meaning out of this identifier? If we can, just look at every node. Here are the things I care about, find all. Exactly. There is, this is classic visitor pattern stuff, and I have used this before in writing a link provider. There is probably stuff in Roslyn for it. I don't know about it, but yeah. I mean, I literally talked to some people from the Roslyn team for 3 minutes today. As they were sitting down to watch a movie, I said, just quickly, do I need a semantic model if I want to get type information from a syntax node? And they said yes, and here we are. So yeah, I hope it's all possible, and it's certainly fun to work on. All right, I think we should commit this. And I kind of actually want, no, I want to make this a separate test first, just so that if it breaks, we can reason a little bit more about why it might have broken. So this is a statement body constructor. We're going to call it with decoy constructor. If not, let's fork and clone Roslyn. Well, yeah. No, I mean, like, Roslyn doesn't limit what's possible here. It's just, there's just not a lot of helper methods around this stuff. That's one of the things that, like, I've watched, so Imo Landworth also has streamed and done source generator stuff, and he found the exact same thing. He's like, he ended up writing a bunch of extension methods to help with this stuff. I'm sure it's a lot of it is in Roslyn. It probably is internal. They just need to make it public, but like that's definitely on the cards. In fact, even just if you look at all the generators, they're all based on supplying a string of code, and you shouldn't need to do that, right? Like there is syntax factories for generating the tree of this. You don't need, like, you're already in the compiler. You shouldn't need source code, right? It also means this is only works for C#, not VB. So I'm sure all that stuff is coming. So let's just add a comment to justify. This has the exact same syntax as above. It's an assignment to a thing called body of type func view, but we don't want to process it. Cool. All right, let me double check this all works again. Comet doesn't need this, Roslyn does. Yeah, I mean, all these extension methods and helper methods and whatever, this will all help. Like, a lot of it, I think, will help a lot of people doing source generators. So I'm sure all of it will come out of somewhere. Roslyn or a NuGet package or Stack Overflow. There's that accidental instance of VS I ran. All right, we have this. Run some tests. Try to remember what we did so we can write a commit message. What did we do? We added... this was adding semantic models. Awesome. To find the right body. Assignment. Test pass. Woohoo. Okay. Didn't know you could write messages like this. I didn't either. It's blue. Oh, is that me? Hey, look at that. It works. I'm purple. Don't know Comet. I don't really know Comet either. What's playing in the background? Quick, before the song finishes. It is Crazy in Mind by Eternum. I forgot you could even hear that. I hope I wasn't singing. I tried. It worked. Good. Yeah, this sounds alright. I don't know. I tuned it out. Okay, what are we doing? Oh, yes. This is the big one. This is the possibly hard part. Oh, actually, I wonder. See this name here. This name is currently... Can we pretty print this, please? How do we control ED? Oh, it's not a JSON file. Okay. I love that was auto-corrected. You can see how often I do this. Bing has a pretty printer inbuilt. It's a very small one. Hello, get bigger. All right, so name is text. Yeah, so this name, that's actually the type of the view. I wonder if getting the type of that would be interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that. Ooh, that's what? Object parameters is an array of objects. Oh, there's an empty object in there too. Oh, that's not my bug. I inherited this code. What? Okay. Yeah, maybe we can get the type in there too, but I might leave that. Or maybe I'll do that. I'll do that here. Let's go. Var symbol equals oh, I need the semantic model. Maybe we do some more state. It's kind of annoying passing all this around. No, it's fine. Pass it around. Yeah. So that goes up to there. No. What? F12. What? Oh, I can't find the overload because I've... My bad. Alright, and then this... Put it onto there. Parse node. Okay. Do you know the scope of the variables it must track? Only class and local var state ones. That's a good question. Yeah, that's an interesting question. I will explain in a second. Let me finish this. Alright, that can pass. So, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that with a less convoluted example. We should rename these two from code sample. Okay, so the state of what it should track. The simplest, like, first version, the general case that catches, 90% of, well, catches simple cases is probably fields. What I think is maybe you would go anything that's an iNotify property changed, which state is at its base. That's kind of like the base level thing. The interesting thing comes, and this is where some of this, like part of the reason I suggested this source generated type thing, or I'm talking about this source generated thing, is I have scenarios where I go like new text, and I go like model dot. God, that IntelliSense is annoying. It's a text file. Model dot thingy dot blah dot foo, let's say. And so the thing is with iNotify property read, even if, or iNotify property changed, even if this, oh, I guess that has to be a property. Even if this property fires iNotify property changed, Comet can never hook up to this because it doesn't go through the chain. Unless this one implements iNotify property read, tells it read thingy, then this returns something that implements iNotify property read, tells it right. So you've got to have it at every step. The interesting thing with a source generator is whether, like, it can see this, it can sort of explode it out to say, well, let's do var m equals model, and then var t equals m dot thingy, and then like, so it can explode it out. It can add each of these things to its tracking. I think the sky is the limit. It's really just a question of, again, how far does this go in terms of being able to analyze C#? Like, you don't want to have to end up writing a C# compiler in order to get this to work, I think. Maybe you do, or at least a syntax tree parser. I don't know. But yeah, that's where I bow out of those kind of things because I'm not Comet, just an observer. So, what was I doing? I've forgotten. Oh yes, passing semantic models around, that's right. This one, model. Cool. What have I done wrong? Oh. Semantic model. Alright, do we compile? Nope, this one. Cool. So, back to here. No, not back to here. Ooh, I could fix this up too. I can now strongly type that to the right attribute. I should do that. Okay, remember that for later. Where's our end advice? Here we are. No, that's not it. What? Oh, I'm so lost. So, hang on. As far as I know, James is possibly not asleep, but I'm just going to say for a second, I really hate that there's these 3 random classes in the middle of this file. I can't find anything in it. It's very unorganized. That's okay. It's only temporary code. All right. Here we are. So we have the node.type. I think we want to probably only look at this if it's a view, because they're the only things we care about. So we should be able to, again, get our symbol for our object creation. Yeah, why not? And then, hey, thank you for cheering, Extorted. I don't think I've ever said your name out loud. Welcome. Thank you very much. I didn't hear that noise. Oh, that's annoying. I'm supposed to hear noises when that happens. It's my OBS setup. This one I need to output. Yeah, I think that's right. Anyway, okay, what was it on? Right. So if our... So this is our object creation expression. That might even be the wrong node. Type syntax. Yeah, I think we want to go to name.type. And if our symbol dot name, is that a string? Yeah, no, containing type, declared. What was it again? Was that type name typed identity or something? I can't remember. Oh, containing type. Okay. Symbol. No, named type comparer. What was the comparer called? Oh, symbol. It was symbol. Symbol equality comparer defaults compare equals symbol name type, and this is oh, what is this? No, we don't want to do this. We need to find everything this type inherits to see if it inherits from view. Ah, okay. I can actually do this. So symbol dot symbol contain type dot is derived from Comet view. And now we crib from another wonderful Microsoft employee named Imo Landsworth, who did this, and I saw it, and it was on stream, and it's in here somewhere. Derived, yes. So this is exactly what we are now getting to the point. So here's the helper method that Imo wrote, and now Comet needs it. Like, if this is in Roslyn, just got to work out where and then expose it. So, whoa, hello. That was a bigger paste than I thought. Is derived from, which one's the first type? Type symbol. Base type. Okay, that comes last. Name comment. Oh, no, it's underscore. Does that work? Cool. So if it's not, then we turn null. And does our caller allow null? It does. Cool. Just realized I can replace a ton of Castle proxy stuff with source generators. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, like proxy stuff, reflection stuff. It's really cool use case for generators. I was going to do it in my train game to just replace. I've got a bunch of DI hookup, but I decided it wasn't that exciting. But yeah, well, not any, but a lot of things that use reflection at runtime, you can trade that runtime perf hit off for a compile time perf hit by just using a source generator and compiling a bunch of stuff. The biggest challenge you have is source generators can only be additive, so you've got to work out how to call them, which is actually an issue that hasn't really been resolved with this. Like, so here, this body method is, a method? Yes, it's a method. This body method is called because Comet finds this body attribute. So that's fine. The generator can generate a method that gets called because of some other attribute, and Comet can ignore this. But in the constructor case, you can't prevent this from being called, but also this doesn't have any of the information in it. So you need to call something else, but you need to know when to call it to know that there's a generator thing there. ORMs, yes. I wrote an ORM once. In fact, it's still in use. In fact, if you're in America and have lived on campus in university, there's a very good chance my ORM processed your data. And it had so much generated code, and it was awesome, and I loved it. But it was all in like TT files, and then we had a custom generation program that would generate millions of lines of code. It was crazy. I loved it though. It's what I wrote the link processor for, which is why I sort of understand any of this syntax tree rubbish. True ORM generated from CS models. Yes, exactly. Well, or you can generate from anything. So this, this execution context has access to additional files. So you can have an XML file in your project that defines your database structure and then generate all of your types, for example. So yeah, it doesn't even have to be from C# files. Yes, that's right. Add this to the list of like at least a half dozen things that have come out in the last 2 years since I left that job that made me think, oh, I could go back because I'd love to play with that. We can generate brain vector C# at compile. You could, yes, totally, absolutely. You can absolutely use this as a like compile time transpiler. Yes. So then you can have, in fact, it's not what Emo's doing, but what Emo could do is he could write his compiler as a source generator so that you type Minsk code, run the source generator that outputs C# code, and then that gets compiled up. The problem is your source file, in this case BF, ends up not being part of the source compilation, so you kind of have this empty project. It's weird, but yeah. Generate schema change sets. Yes, absolutely. Two source generators generate C# files. They don't generate C# files at all. The files do not exist on disk at the moment. There will be in future a way to opt into it by, some kind of generate temporary source files, and then that'll shove them in the obj directory for you. So that'll help debugging. But no, by default now. So the way it works. And actually, I haven't looked up. I should look up. I'm curious how they work this. But so the way it works is, so this compilation that you get here is after parsing and compiling the whole project. And it is the state of the project before running any source generator. So no source generator can depend on another source generator. The order isn't defined. So I don't know whether they then merge all of those together or something. I guess they must. Yeah, they must. Anyway. Yeah, I guess they can merge the syntax trees. Maybe. Gee, that'd be interesting if two source generators generated the same symbols. But yeah, so you get the whole project and it all just gets, like, that compilation exists in memory, and anything you do to it goes through and gets compiled, and it still just stays in memory. In fact, if I go back to this test, right, see here I'm creating a compilation. This is purely in memory, right? My assembly name is foo. You have to let me think if there's an emit. Yeah, there's an emit method. So if you want to write a file, this is writing DLL, you have to actually, like, do it deliberately. Nothing happens here by side effect. That was fun, but I forgot what I was doing now. Oh, something about syntax symbols, semantic models. Here we are. Okay. Yeah, let's see if this code works. Yet, that's right, yet. Source generators are still very new. Like, they want everyone to play with them so they know whether the API is good. But it'll be part of C# 9, which is still a fair way off, so definitely still in flux. God, it's 4 o'clock already. Hope you've learnt a lot on this learning day. I have. How do you call the generator during compilation phase a step invoking a binary? I mean, you don't have to worry about it. The compiler does it. You implement iSource generator and it will call your initialize method and at some point your execute method, and that's it. The user just compiles. So essentially, well, you just reference them. Has he referenced it here as a thing? No. The way you reference them is basically the same as with Roslyn analyzers. So they can come from NuGet, they can come from a project, and the compiler just does. They need to be, I think for now they're using the analyzer infrastructure. So you would specify them as an analyzer. You know, include equals whatever. Just reference the DLL, but yeah, that can come from NuGet, no problem. Presumably that's what will happen in the Comet case. When you add the Comet package, you will get the Comet analyzer. Can source gens live in NuGets? Yes, that's exactly. Thank you. I just answered that. Yeah, yeah. So they run at compile. They're run by the compiler. So they command line builds and Visual Studio builds. Yeah, they do it all. All right, so we have a VStack. What is our containing type? Oh, it's null. Bugger. Okay, so containing type is wrong, but we need to get this symbol. We need to get the type of the symbol. Oh, this is an iname type symbol. Ah, okay. Cool. So, okay. Symbol. Canon symbols. Yeah, okay. This symbol is an iname type symbol. So if a symbol is iname type symbol type symbol and I want is not. I've never used C# 9 is not before. I bet you it won't compile. I bet you this doesn't reference it. Upgrade. I'll let James do it. It's not my thing. It's not my project. I'm lost because I can't see anything because of the bloody breakpoints in the way. What's wrong with that? Why are you squiggled? They merged VB and C#. I mean, no, because VB is completely different. There's no space between is and not. Why is that erroring? Expression of type symbol info cannot be handled. Oh no, you're right. You are too clever for me, compiler. You are spot on. Type symbol, is that because I've unassigned variable? Oh yeah, what am I saying? I'll fix this up later. Hey, did that work? Do it again. It worked. Woohoo! Okay, cool. So I have no idea if there's any circumstances where you would be able to go new foo and it not be a view, but there you go. Now we're not catching them. Glad we're past VBScript. Hey, in the year 2000, I wrote, or was part of writing, and I didn't design, but I was part of writing a web server written in VBScript, registered. Each script was registered as a COM object, so you could create an instance of it, and then it processed XML files as its source code, and then there were XSL files that transformed them for display, and inside the XML files there were also like the functions to execute. It was crazy, and I loved it for its novelty. Let's say it's like, you know, I'm not saying that it was a great idea, but it was a lot of fun. And that was actually where I remember, oh god, part of it was it generated a button on the fly by calling a web service to what was ASP Plus at the time. So it was doing system.drawing before .NET even was called .NET. Like, just amazing. Well, I think my neighbours across the street are moving out. Which, considering they've had parties the last 2 nights, I don't mind. Alright, let me get this logic right, because this is wrong. If it's not a type symbol, which is ugly, if it's not a type symbol, or it's not defined from, that's better. Okay. I wrote a signature generator for Outlook that gathers user info from AD and auto-configures it. I used to have one of those that I probably still have it in my OneDrive or Dropbox somewhere, but someone wrote it. It was probably VBScript. Scott, do you know who was that? Mike? Was that you? That was an awesome script. It had the script, and then next to it was a Word document where you specified the signature. That's so cool. Definitely like awesome automation, that one. What did we do? We did nothing. How do I copy a URL? He's put VBScript up on GitHub. Whoa, there's a lot of files. Okay, this is way more comprehensive than whatever script I had, I guarantee you. Oh, love it. You should rewrite this as JScript. Just for fun. Oh, look at that. I actually have to write VB every now and again for work, and it's never fun. I always put semicolons at the end of every line. I always forget how to write if statements. It's like, and it's sad because it's the first language I really ever wrote in. In fact, this Roslyn, the thing where I asked the Roslyn team, that was a social event, Anthony D. Green was there, like, you know, watching the movie with us. I feel bad that VBScript doesn't get much love, but it's also hard to say that it's for any reasons other than nostalgia that I feel that way. Cool. You know what? Let's just do this. Can I extract this to another file, please? No, damn it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to call it Roslyn helpers. Syntax helpers? Symbol helpers. Roslyn helpers. And let's make it static. And we go collection of things to help. Just so there's a list in case some of this feedback comes back to the Roslyn team. And we are copying it from... Oh, hang on. I should find the right line. Credit where credit is due. Okay. Yeah, it'd be good to collect some more of those. I could even... What? Roslyn Hell open square bracket Persian calendar. Thank you. Thank you, IntelliSense. I mean, I'm sure that was my fault. But still. Is inaccessible. Oh, whoops. Did I really type in private? Wow. Support for conditionals. Is that in your VB script or you mean Go doesn't? Anyway. Okay, so right, false positives, which is this. I think over engineering. Oh, yeah. I think as a first step, I wonder if we can just do this. I've already used symbol. Let's use it again. Oh no! Wait. I should check this in. Whoops. That's what I was going to do. Let me check this in. Yep. All good. Excuse me. What did I do here? Sure. System management instrumentation. Come along for the ride. All right. So let's go validate that we only care about views being created. All right. Now I want to do this one. So this is finding every single identifier and then it's adding them. So what I actually want to do is go through and validate them. And we want to... wait, what? Bound properties. Oh, okay. This object. Oh, yeah, of course. Okay. I think that makes sense. Yeah, this object could use more than one property. So this one, now we need to go dot where. There should be a library to help with this index stuff. The analysis does not really depend on what I want to generate. Look, is there one being planned? There probably is all of this stuff in Roslyn. It may or may not be public. It may or may not be nice to consume. Like, it may or may not be designed as an interface, as an API. But I'm sure that all of these methods exist. It's a matter of, I don't know where they are. There are a bunch of extension methods on this stuff. Oh, are they? No, they might not be extension methods. Symbol dot. No, okay. Well, I mean, there's a lot of methods. I thought I saw some extension methods like. No, maybe not. For like navigating the tree and find token, find node, get current nodes. Like there is some of this stuff, right? Like a lot of it here for modifying the tree, which is cool because that might be something interesting. It might be useful. Well, yeah, they're all immutable, so they've got lots of width. I'm sure there's something somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so I want to do where the identifier where this Roslyn helpers dot. Let's. I mean, is it derived from might actually work? What does this do? Current base type. Okay, no. So I want the interfaces. So implements. The ID implements, and the interface is I notify property changed. What do we call it? Symbol or type? Didn't call it anything. Okay, we'll call it that then. All right. So now that doesn't compile. Oh, because that method doesn't exist, so it doesn't know it's going to return a ball. And it's decided it's going to return a 9-year-old object. And this is a one of them. Nope, it's a one of them. All right. Does this compile now? Cool. It is. Oh, we could do this. Changed. Dot. Name. I guess. Might work. None of this works anymore. Cannot convert from unnamed type symbol to identify names. Oh, what did I call? Oh, whoops. Oh, yes, right. Sorry, this is not the... We need this to be this. Excuse me. All right. Go away. We can do a helper. We can do a helper to get this ID. Roslyn helpers dot get type symbol ID. And oh, I need to pass in the model. Can I add a parameter? Yes. And we're going to call this over here as well. But this is a different syntax. Wait, where did I use this before? The body stuff. Symbol dot containing type. Yeah, so I can't. That one I need to know to use symbol dot containing type. And then this one I need to just use symbol and maybe this will be the same. Let's find out. I think that's all we need. This ID. And I think maybe this can be a syntax node. Let's try it. What's the worst that could happen? What do we want to do? We want to go if not Roslyn. No, we want type info equals numbers dot get type symbol. Should have called it type symbol. Node dot type. Alright, let's just see what that ends up with as well. And this is still not happy. Bool. What? Why? It's a func that takes an identifier name syntax, yes, and returns a bool. Yes. What am I missing here? Oh, I don't have a close bracket. That's what I'm missing. Missing a close bracket. Okay, so that's now happy, and we can put a breakpoint in. No, we can't. We need to write some code. Let's consult IMO. Use partial, get all types. No. All right, we're doing this the old-fashioned way. I type symbol. What's on an I type symbol? Base type? Do we have interfaces? Yes. Oh, this is going to be easy. Return ID dot interfaces dot wait. What's interfaces versus all interfaces? Type directly implements. Ah, cool. Oh, that's awesome. This makes it so easy. Like, that just flattened all of the class hierarchy. This is awesome. Then all these, or is there any And this is an item type symbol, so we can go interface. No, we can go iFace, in your face. And this is a symbol equality compare again. Equals iFace and I notify property changed, and that's it. This is interface type. This should be called implements interface because that's all it looks at. This is the type symbol. Alright, let's put a breakpoint there and let's do some more testing. Excellent. And at some point I need to remember to stop because this is too much fun and otherwise I won't. Go do things. Type info is a VStack. That's exactly right. So cool, I can just use that. Awesome. I think most programmers work around the excited. Yeah, I mean, it's not that I wouldn't necessarily. It's that I have a family. Yeah, I've often lamented that some of the modern things we have now either weren't around or I didn't know about before I had a family. Oh, type symbol is null. That's... Oh, interface type is null. That ain't gonna work either. What the... Okay. Oh, it didn't find identify property changed. Okay, so that's bug number one. Get type symbol must not have worked either. Bugger. Now, rather than null ref, let's try... No, I don't want to try that again. Okay. Button, that's going to work. Yeah, okay, we can skip past that. So what is this? Identify name status count. Oh! So what's the bet? This one now needs containing type. Yeah. Containing type my view. That's the one I want. Okay, okay. Well, I can do this. So if it's not a type symbol itself, I could then check for containing type. I don't know. I'm just not sure on the utility of this as a helper method, but let's do it anyway. Containing type, and that is not all. This one. Yeah, okay. And then I can use this up here as well. So first of all, I can use this here. And this is now a simple null check. And that's cool, that's cool. Yep. So I can use it up here somewhere. This one. Get type symbol. What is this? So this is Roslyn helpers.get type symbol of our identifier. Yep. And we get rid of that. And actually, interestingly, this now has to go away. But that's okay, because this was up here before, and so it can just go back here. Which is identifier.text equals body. Cool. And get type of metadata name is not working. Is that name? Oh, that's... Does that need to be full name? Anyway, let's find out. Yeah, where are you located? Because you were on James's stream this morning. So are you in Oz or New Zealand or somewhere with a decent time zone, or is it just like 1 in the morning and you're just awake still? I was kind of wondering about that because James stopped streaming at, or I left his stream at 10 and I came back on at 11, but I don't know, he was streaming for about 4 hours, but then I started here at 2 o'clock my time. So, all right, so let's just double check. What's this? Is this going to be the full name, like the assembly qualified name? No, cool. So that should work. Yes, awesome. And then now this is not null. My view should implement it. So did that return true? Oh, it returns false. Germany, I set from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. when you started. Oh, wow. Okay. Hope you're not too tired. My view, that's... Oh, that's wrong. That's not what I want. I don't want the containing type. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, so count is on my view, but in this case, I want the type of count, which comes from the symbol. Can I run this again? Yes. No. Okay. Let's go into this method. Yeah, I don't want the containing type. Okay, so this, that's a button. Okay, there's a count. Okay, here we go. So this is not a name type symbol, but I don't want the containing type of it because the containing type is my view. It is my view.count. What I want is this. I field symbol. Yes, I want the type of it. And then the type of it is comet.state, and comet.state implements I notify property change. So yeah, okay, so I think this method is too generic. Let's make this an identifier. Let's get containing type symbol here, and then let's remove that, and let's do one more, which is that was an I field thing, wasn't it? It was like I field symbol dot type. But if that's an I field symbol, that's annoying. I was kind of hoping for a base type there for like an I something something, but this is get field type. Yeah, all right. That'll do. Oops. All right, let's fix up where this is called, which at least should have some build errors. So this is get containing type symbol. Wait. Is this? Yes. No, wait, what is this? This is the view. No, I do want this to be get type symbol, I think. This is annoying. This is a type syntax, which is an expression syntax. Oh, that's annoying. No, wait, maybe this should be a type syntax. Okay, cool. Why does this compile then? Is an identifier name a type syntax? Interesting. Get field type symbol. Okay. And where else do we use it up the top here? This is an identifier name set. Simple name syntax? Name syntax? Oh, it's a type syntax. Okay. Who knew? Let's just run it. Working from home. Yeah, I work from home all the time, so this isn't abnormal for me, but it's still different being locked down and whatever, although we're not really locked down much anymore. There's a lot of people around now. People are getting a bit lazy. I don't know what kind of, like this 1 meal a day hours. Yeah, I wouldn't say I sit here and type for 15 hours or 8 hours because I get distracted a lot. But, in an ideal world. Object reference. I'm kind of regretting these helper methods now. Because I don't know enough about what I'm doing to actually know if I need or want helper methods. I'm going to put back these, which actually I can do with some Git. Because, yeah, I'm just going to put this back. And I can put this back. Okay, and then now I just need to tackle this. All right, cool. Let's get rid of all of these. Back to our where method. And I think I'm going to do this. This is a list of strings. Properties. I'm just going to do it the old school way because then I can more easily write this stuff without having to cram it into a where thing. And then if there are any bound properties, yeah, we don't need anything. Or do we want an object parameter with 0 bound properties? What is BF source gen? I think they're nearly finished. Oh dear. So I'm just going to... Oh, who cares about swear words? What am I saying? This isn't going on YouTube. There's an esoteric language called brainfuck. Brainfuck is ridiculous. There should be a sample in here somewhere, right? Where's the hello world? So here we go. So this is a program written in brainfuck. And so what Scott has written is a source generator that reads this from an additional file, essentially transpiles it by outputting C# that is equivalent to all of this, like you can see here, and then that's included in your compilation. So now you can create a C# project, put no C# files in it, write a text file that has brainfuck in it, and press F5, in theory. And Scott, the only annoying thing is that you chose not to do this on stream. So throw away all your commits and do it again on Tuesday night, please. Oh dear. All right, let's just do this. I'm not going to make a judgment call about whether we want this to be empty or not. I'm just going to do this. So we're going to say if Roslyn helpers dot implements interface var type. I don't know what we're going to be yet. Type, comma, I notify property changed. Then we will add, and our ID is a identifier, so we can do text, which also gets rid of the toString, which is good because they were never a good idea. Okay, so now we're going to get some type symbols. So let's get the symbol of our thing. And we're going to get the symbol.symbol. Is it always going to be a field? It could be a property. It could be anything. Ah, yay. Now I get to use a switch expression. So symbol.symbol switch. If it is an I field symbol, F fields, then we return field.type. And if it's an I property symbol, sure, then type. Yay! Null. And what's wrong with this? Oh, come on. And if type, is it null? Okay. Let's see what this does. Is it going to be on GitHub? That's a good question. Scott, is your brain fucking to C# going to be? Yes, excellent. I mean, someone had to at some point. Now, Scott, please tweet about it, promote yourself. Maybe tweet about next time you stream. Brr. You're so annoying, you know that, right? Alright, cool. Well, how many identifiers do we have? We have one identifier, it is count. So this one should pass through. We have a symbol. Hey, thank you, JW01. Oh no! A symbol. Ah, that should be node. Grr. Oh, and you can't edit anything because you've got a switch expression and they haven't done the ENC stuff for switch expressions yet. Run again. I think you might be. Yeah. I think definitely tweet about it, Scott. Promote in some way. Or tell me to tweet about it and I will. Or just tweet about it and I'll retweet you. What OBS am I using? Build started? I don't know what OBS. I'm just using the normal one. I don't know what a Ninja is. This is normal OBS. Still null. Come on. What? Oh, wow. Whoa. Okay. Oh, this isn't node. It should be arg. No, it should be ID. Idiot. Grr. No, I can't edit and continue. I'll get there. I'll get there. I'm playing with the thought to retire our text template engine for code generators and use this, but the longer I feel these experiments, the less I'm convinced the most superior will go for it. It is always a problem replacing something that works. I guess the question is how often do your code generators A, cause problems, and B, your text template stuff, sorry, cause problems and get modified. The following notifications with rubber faces. Oh, those are nothing to do with it. I mean, they are. You can do them with any OBS. I'll remind me one day. I'll do a stream during the day one day about how my OBS is set up. It's not very exciting, and I'm not clever about it, but I've worked out a few things. Okay, come on, work. Yes, we have a field type. Our field type is state, and it should hopefully. Yes, look at that. All right, so now I will expect some of these tests to fail, but for legitimate reasons because the input data is wrong. And it does. It doesn't have value. That's what we were trying to do. Small clap. That's awesome. Build starting. Go to streamelements.com, sign up, link it up, etc. And then what Stream Elements does is it gives you a bunch of URLs for overlays, and you put those overlays as browser sources in OBS, and that's it. It's that simple. Like chat, same thing. So all I have, hang on, I can show you. All I have is, where are we? So this alert box, right? This covers the screen. Oh, here, the emote wall. The emote wall covers the screen. And it is a URL, which is that. And if you steal that URL, you'll get the emotes from my chat, not yours. No, that's fine. Take up my stream. As I said, this isn't going to YouTube, so I don't care. Now, I'm actually going to... Oh, I didn't want to do that. I'm actually going to finish soon, because I do need to do something else. My kids are in the other room watching Lego Masters. I'm missing it. That's like our family TV show. And, yeah, there you go. There he is. He's over there. Catch him. Sometimes they come near my head. I was actually thinking... I had this thought last night that I should have everything I'm streaming on that monitor and then have OBS on this monitor, so I'm not looking at the actual Visual Studio, I'm looking at the window of OBS and just ignore that the mouse is weird, and then I would see the emotes fly around because I don't actually see them. And the sounds don't really work for the alerts for some reason. That's my OBS setup. So like I would see them all happen. It'd be much better. Does it do multiples? It does, and they're flying random directions. All of the tests failed, and I think they all fail for legitimate reasons. Yes, get rid of value. Get rid of value. Awesome. All right, I'm going to fix up these results, and then I'm going to call it a day, just to let you know. But I guess we'll do the same. We'll do the traditional thing, and we'll see if there's anyone to raid and all that. Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that at all. I want to do breakpoint there. Debug. The delay sucks. Oh, on the emotes. Well, the delay, yeah. The delay is the delay that... That's how long it takes for me to see what you've written. I think. Yeah. So, yeah, it kind of is annoying, but it's also... It's helpful in a way. So this is what we need. And we need that to go into all of them except the first one, I think. All right. Oh, yes. Save. The first one... Well, maybe it's not different. Let's find out. Build. Oh, and I need to call my mother back because that's who rang my phone before. No, Mum, I'm live on the internet. Twitch is from an MS competitor. Yeah, I know, it's from Amazon, but you know, no one uses Mixer. I could be streaming to Mixer right now as well, but I'm not. I think I have an account. I think I signed up. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's fine. You know, Microsoft aren't that bad. Like, the team I work on, we're open source. Everyone can just look at our stuff. There's no, well, there are some secrets, but you know, it's all good. I assume Microsoft would be like, maybe they'd like it if everyone used Mixer, but it's better that people on Twitch use Visual Studio kind of thing, like, if that makes sense. And none of those tests passed. And did they run with the latest thingy? No, they didn't. Come on. Oh, you know what this is? This is going to be the serialization of the test window. The chat commands are a bit slow today. Sorry. The playlist, by the way, is royalty-free music, YouTube and Twitch. Feel free to... It's not mine. No bot for that. No, well, I don't use music much, do I? So... Alright, let's... Does this look right? Yeah, it must be right. Oh my god! I copied the wrong thing. Why did no one tell me? I copied the expected value. No wonder these files don't have dirty markers. Grr. Oh wait, this is the wrong... That was the wrong test too. I put that in. Excuse me, can't talk. Right, now I'm going to do this one again. Ooh. I'm out of water. Now I really have to stop because I can't talk and I got no water. And I got no coffee. What have I got? Nothing. Packet of chips in the cupboard. That probably won't help. Right, we'll copy the right thing this time. Okay, that's better. They're actually changing now. Yes, 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 yes. Right, rebuild, run tests, hang up the phone, and we're done. This was posted with the message, unsubscribe. I'm sorry. I'm so used to updating VS like every morning for about 4 hours because I have to update 6 different copies of it. But no, not good enough apparently. Oh, go away. Right, run some tests. Who should we raid? Does anyone have any suggestions? There's nobody I know who's on. Just raid a random Minecraft Twitcher that I follow. Alright, test pass. I am happy with that. I'm not happy with the fact that this is called Unit Test 1, but I might rename that later. Actually, I might rename Code Sample 1 and 2 as well. Cool. So this was validate. No, only capture. What are these object parameters? Implement I notify property changed. Give me that. Is a repository public? It is. So well. This is the source repository, and the code generators branch is what James was working in this morning. And then obviously this is on my fork, which is on GitHub, but why you'd want to look at my fork, I don't know. But I'll open up a PR before I finish this. Let's do this. This is what is this class called? Comet View Parser. These are Comet View Parser tests. We don't need all that junk. And that's renamed the file correctly, so that's cool. And then this is a, what is this? This is a statement body attribute. I hope James doesn't mind me renaming these files. I hope he understands what I mean when I call them this. This is a, oh, this is also a statement body attribute. Oh, hang on, that's right. What's the difference then? These are just different tests. I have a feeling this test is wrong. I have a feeling this was supposed to be this one. Yeah, I have a feeling I will not rename these files. Oh, but... grr. Oh my god. Hello Creation. Thank you for rating. Hello, hello, hello. Another live coder. How was your stream? What were you working on? Welcome aboard. I was actually gonna finish up soon. I feel bad. I don't know what the Twitch etiquette is on getting rated and then ending the stream. But such is life. Contemporary 1. Alright, put them back. That's cool. Hello, hello. Rename and commit. Test class. Oh, what? Oh, I gotta wait for it to stop building. That's annoying. Cool. Yeah, so let's create a PR and then I'm gonna open a random file explorer window. And then we can see what happens with this code. Oh, thank you for following me. Working on a Twitch API service, trying to learn to get it to Azure. Well, I can recommend some of my viewers, definitely Azure experts. So go and follow Callow Creation and help him out next stream. I used to use Azure, but now I don't anymore. Yes, I want to compare and pull requests. Thank you, GitHub. So friendly, so happy. Oh, there's so many commits. This is the wrong branch. How horrible is this going to be to review? Ugh. Oh, look at all those GUIDs. Yeah, they're perfect. Oh, wow. Visual Studio for Windows really helped his solution file there. Actually, this isn't too bad. Bunch of extra code. Okay, so what do we do here? We wrote some more. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for following and saying hello. It's lovely. I have watched your streams a couple of times, and you do good work. Time to eat and drink. Absolutely. Me too. Almost. It's actually time for me to go and do my daily exercise, which I hate, but you know, such is life. I get to watch the newsroom on my phone, so you know. Wrote some more source generator stuff. A few things. Hopefully the commits are nice enough. Such that if we want to cherry pick or refer to them, that will work, because you might not want to take the whole thing. There we go. So what did we do, everybody? We plumbed through the semantic model so we know types of things. We did, what did we do? We did something with constructors. We processed constructors that set the body property. Only process the body property if it's the right one, and only track. Now what were they? Identifiers that implement iNotify property changed. I think that's everything. May define the correct members. Yeah, I think that's everything we did. So fixed a test case. Did we fix a test case? No, well, kind of. It wasn't broken before I wrote my code, but yeah. Renamed a bunch of stuff. Sorry. Oh dear. Alright, that'll do. I've no idea whether James is going to take this. I suspect he will, because this is still very experimental. This whole source generator stuff, so he probably will just have a look at it and see. And like, I don't actually know if this is correct, because it really depends on, like, this is only half the problem. We're parsing the code to build up this structure of these things. Where are they? Oh, I'm cross-eyed. Oh, they're not here. To build up this, they're in here. To build up this structure of classes and stuff. So the parsing is one part, but now we've got to output a whole bunch of code It's only 5 p.m. almost on my side. Now we're going to output a whole bunch of code. So, yeah. I'm just going to bring up this image. You may notice the Lego behind me. You may notice this orange car and this blue car. This is the next thing. And I'm just going to leave you with an image of the glory that is this Lamborghini. It's 60 centimeters long. It's fantastic. It's just ridiculously expensive, but nice to remind ourselves what we're working for. Anyway, cool. Well, thanks for joining me. Yeah, let's find if somebody is streaming. You were going to post it. Yes, I do enjoy Lego. I saw it last night on Twitter, and I immediately clicked the link and I saw the price, and I panicked because I wanted this for ages, but I didn't know whether the price was Australian dollars, because on my phone on Twitter I couldn't see whether this had E and AU, and if this was US dollars, like, I mean, it's already ridiculous and it's totally not worth it, but I don't know, you got to complete the set. I've got 2 of them. I need the 3rd, right? Of course, if I get the 3rd, then when they bring out the 4th, it'll... Yeah. Anyway. There is exactly 1 live coder streaming right now, so that's who we're going to raid. Thanks. You almost went to work on their Denmark office. Oh my god. Email your contacts. Get me Lego. I'll do live unboxings or something. I don't know. Is that a thing people do anymore? Anyway, thanks for hanging out. I'm going to go walk on a treadmill. Follow James Clancy if you want to see more of this. Follow Callow Creation and help him with Azure. Follow me, because if you haven't already, why not? There you go. You know what? Donate a bit. I promise you, your 1 bit will be spent on this Lego car. No, I'm just kidding. All right, we're going to raid people. Thanks, everyone. Have good evenings and or mornings and or afternoons, or wherever you are in the world. Watch more live coders. Adore this Lego. See ya.